So today we're looking at a fine over-under shotgun at a fraction of the price. Well, at least that's what Stoeger says about the Condor. Today we're gonna check it out. You ready? Let's go! So the Stoeger Condor is one of the lowest price point over-unders on the market. MSRP of $499. I got it from my favorite sporting good retailer for $449. That's cheap even, I mean, there's a lot of pump shotguns that cost more than that. This is an over-under. So we're gonna take a look at it. Yes, it's a cheap gun. Is it worth putting on your list for your first over-under? Or maybe a truck gun, we'll find out. So this is a 20 gauge option of the Condor. It's also available in 12, 28, and 410. So they do have some different options there. I gotta say, the first time I saw Stoeger Condor was at a Ducks Unlimited banquet, and I looked at it and I was not gonna put in for that raffle. Just nothing attractive about this gun, but that's okay, because you're not paying for attractive, you're paying for a gun that works. This gun tips the scale at 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Pretty light in the hands. Length of pull is 14.5 inches from the trigger to the butt end. They do make a youth version that I believe is 13 inches length of pull. Drop at comb is 1.5 inches. Drop at heel is 2.5 inches, so you got 1 inch, making this a field gun. Let's look at the trigger. Cheap guns generally don't have very good triggers. There is an auto safety on this gun, just a heads up there. So every time you open the action, close it, it goes back on safe. Good clean brake, a little pre-travel. Let's throw it on our Wheeler digital scale, see what we come out at. Woo! 4 pounds, 5.3 ounces. We'll enter that one. Let's do it again. That is a lot lighter than I thought. 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Yeah, right in there. Average 4 pounds, 10 ounces. I'm surprised, a little shocked. This might be the highlight of the Stoeger Condor, we'll see. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, let's move into ergonomics. That's the look, the feel, the function. Feels okay in the hand. If I slide my hand up, the grip isn't terrible. No palm swell. A little palm swell would be nice. Grip's not terrible. I wish the pistol grip came down a little bit more. That's just me. Forearm is just standard, nothing to it. You'll notice the texture on these shotguns. I don't even know if I'd call this texture or checkering. I would call this more of snakeskin. Like, it looks like it has texture, then you feel it and it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's definitely not fine craftsmanship, I can tell you that much. Wood is very basic. Balance-wise, a little forward heavy. It's actually about there at the hinge point. Feels a little forward heavy. Actually mounts up fairly nice for me. Yeah, that works. Top lever, no selector on the barrel, but it's just a tang safety, top tang safety. Auto safety, like I mentioned. Flat rib coming across the top with a brass bead on the front. Recoil pad, hard rubber foam. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'll have more to say when we come to quality of build. But as far as ergonomics, I don't hate it. I don't like that this forearm has some wiggle to it. That's part of quality of build though. This gun only comes with 2 chokes, flush mounted chokes, improved cylinder, and modified. Doesn't really come with any extras to do anything, which you might expect. No ejectors, I should say. It has an extractor to help lift the shells so you can grab them. Very loose out of the box. A little concerning. Anyways, let's look at recoil, reliability. Primarily recoil. We're gonna put some rounds down range, see how this gun takes the recoil. It's only a 20 gauge, so I'm not expecting anything too much out of this gun. I mean, for a 20 gauge, it's a little more recoil than I would expect, but these are 20 gauge target loads. 7/8 ounce. Still very manageable. One thing I don't like is you have to make sure the gun's fully broken and it doesn't stay there. To get that bottom shell in, you got to keep pressure on. Pull. Pull. There we go. Hitting pretty good. Recoil wise, hey, I'm pretty happy with it. Reliability, I don't think there's a lot to talk about, just longevity of this gun. If you have a Stoeger Condor, I would love to hear from you. How many rounds do you have through it? How well is it held up over time? Which we'll just jump right into quality of build. To get the fore end off, just push that lever. Top lever, barrel's off. Then we're looking at the receiver, which is a steel receiver. You can just tell, it's a cheap build. There is nothing fancy about how this gun comes together. Cheap wood, bad checkering. All the finishes are cheap, subpar. Longevity wise though is what I'm really curious about. I'm concerned with how loose this is right off the bat. Like most over-unders are a little tighter. Foreend's got some wiggle, but just how, like it feels like it's almost sloppy already. Side to side, it has no wiggle. Condor owners, this is your opportunity to be honest with us, truthful. How has your Condor held up over time? We know it's not the prettiest gun. We know the finishes, you're not paying for that. But if you just want a gun to go out, hunt some birds, do some shooting, how's this held up for you? Would love to hear in the comments down below. But we're gonna wrap up this review of the Stoeger Condor with a little speed shooting. I'm on the clock going as fast as I can. Why do I do that? When I do that, I notice all the things. I notice trigger, I notice mount, I notice balance, how it loads, how it operates. So let's get on the clock, see how fast I can run this Condor. Ooh, baby. Not too shabby. 1.06. That took me 0.84 to get on the first one. Then it was a 2-2 split. That's a little slow. That was my first registered score. We can get faster, definitely. That had to be faster right there, right? 107. We barely got faster. Still a 2-3 split. Come on, Stoeger, I gotta be able to shoot you faster. Felt like the split was fast, but it took me forever to get on it. 1-9 split. Okay, we're getting the splits faster. Woo! There we go, that's what I'm talking about. That was a 102. Still got a 2-1 split though. Oh, that would have been it if the auto safety wasn't on. Better on the throw, splits weren't great, but it was a 0.89. Yeah, it's a 6.5, 2.4. I'm having trouble getting those splits down. Don't shoot it extremely fast, but hey, here's what I know. The Stoeger Condor. You want an over-under? Don't care that it doesn't look pretty. Kind of looks cheap and trashy, but you're okay with that? This might be the gun for you. Check the comments down below, because everyone likes to chime in. When you share, we all get better. If you have experience with the Stoeger Condor, a lot of rounds through it, love to know how it is held up. That is my biggest question mark. We know it doesn't look pretty, but it functions. I can hit clays, you can hit birds. It's the Stoeger Condor, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.